right, are you a libertarian? Would you encourage people to vote libertarian? Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm a small L libertarian. I haven't endorsed any particular candidate yet. Gary Johnson, I love his views on a lot of positions. I agree with him on almost everything, actually. And I would encourage people to take a look at that. You see a lot of things coming in about weed. Yeah, we gotta let the weed thing go. The guy, I mean, he climbed Mount Everest. He was a very successful governor. He's clearly got it together. If you want to talk about, another time, we'll talk issues via Gary Johnson. But the weed thing is ridiculous. Rand Paul, I really liked Rand Paul. I really, really liked Rand Paul. But that's neither here nor there. But I also think, like, Gary has there's disenfranchised voters in both parties right now, Republican and Democrat. And, he's pulling votes from the left also. So I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens with him. I think that he should. What about Gary Johnson's position on abortion? Well, the interesting thing is he's actually done more for pro-life. I mean, he's signed a light-term abortion ban than the either two candidates, including Trump. He's saying now that he's pro-life, but he never has been until he decided to run as a Republican. Hillary's obviously incredibly pro-choice, and he's more leave it up to the states. So if you think about it in a weird way, that has a stronger pro-life record than the other two candidates. So, but I personally am pro-choice myself. All right, got more questions coming in. Yeah, a lot of predictions on election year. I think that, I'm really looking forward to watching Trump and Hillary debate because of the way that Hillary, she goes on and on and on. She's not likable, and Trump has no record, which is better than her record. She's going to try to talk about foreign policy, and he can, just criticize his foreign policy, and he can point to specific things where she did this or that wrong. I'd really like to see Gary Johnson on that stage too, just to give another view, and I think that'd be great to have three people on a stage at once. This is all gone crazy. It's all gone crazy. There's really nothing. There's really nothing that we can think that won't happen. Won't happen because anything can happen in this election. So I also think that she's gonna have some problems running against Trump because she's just treating it all as a joke. What was the other day? She quoted and said, "Delete your account." What is this? Okay, she has no idea. The world has all gone off the rails, and anything can happen at this point. It's not going to be as easy for her as she thinks. I'm going to make sure it's not as easy for her as she thinks it's going to be, because she's got so many skeletons in her closet, so many scandals. Like I said, there will be eventually a Law and Order episode about the Clintons, and I can't wait. Isn't voting for Libertarian like giving half a vote to Hillary and almost bad staying home and not voting? No, because he's pulling votes from the left and the right. And also, this isn't about libertarianism. I'm talking more about Hillary. If Hillary wins, Obama 2.0, yeah, except I think maybe even worse. She's got all these. She doesn't care about our country at all. If you look at what happened, the Clinton Foundation alone, I don't know why we're not talking about the Clinton Foundation more, where she had no problem, just approving giving away a fifth of our uranium to the Russians. And meanwhile they're donating $145 million to the Clinton Foundation, her own personal slush fund. Okay, people say, well, there's no proof there were favors involved. Just like with the Goldman Sachs speeches, nobody just gives you money for no reason. That's not that they give you money for a reason, because they want something from you, because they knew that they were going to get favors from her. That's her own personal little slush fund. Whatever's more convenient for her, though. Whatever's more convenient for her is the only thing that matters to her. So